Hello and welcome to this video of the System Tester. My name is Brad Dara. For today's video, what I'm going to talk to you about is a question that is often confusing sometimes. Even for me, when I go into a new engagement, there's a lot of puzzled looks when they ask, what is the test strategy versus a test plan? So today's question is going to be, what is the difference between a test strategy and a test plan? Now, I've done some research on the internet, and there seems to be a lot of confusion about what those two documents are, if you need one, if you need the other. So hopefully what I'm going to do in this video is kind of give you my impression, or what I believe when I go into an engagement, of what the test strategy document is versus what the test plan or plans are. So to kick it off, what I'm going to start with is kind of give you a little bit of a quick overview of what a test strategy document is. In my view, the test strategy answers the what questions, and I'll give you a few examples here. What are the high-level testing objectives? Like at a 50,000 foot view, what is it that we're trying to accomplish for this application, mobile application, web-based application? What are some of the high-level testing objectives? What are we trying to accomplish here? Try to capture those within the test strategy. Next up would be, what types of testing are in scope? For example, are we going to be doing any functional testing, regression testing, performance testing? There's 50 plus different testing types that could be in scope. What is not in scope is also very, very important, because what I found is that when I review the document with project leadership and the sponsors, we seem to get into a little bit of a discussion as to what they're getting versus what they're not getting. And the not getting part is what has to be explained and why, and there's a lot of constraints around people, cost, and time. So what's not in scope is also very important to be captured within the test strategy. Another what question that could be asked within the test strategy is, what are some of the risks and mitigations to those risks that could be as part of the project? And then the other example here that I have here is, what is the finish line? What is the defining point in which testing is done on the project? Now, I'm not talking about when the project is implemented, or when the project runs out of money, or when the PM comes along and says, that's it, we're done. I'm talking about having some sort of a very clearly defined finish line that will determine when the testing is done, that can be clearly communicated to the project sponsorship, the project executives, the PMs, architects, the entire team, so that everybody's on the same page with when we're supposed to be finished. Now, in contrast, the test plan answers the how questions. How are we going to test? Think of it this way. The test plan or plans, depending on how much testing will occur, will actually support the test strategy. The strategic plan is within the test strategy, and the test plan is how are we going to execute them from a tactical point of view. Now, I've got a few examples here. For example, how will the functional testing occur? Are we going to manually test? Are we going to implement some automation testing, test cases? Just some details about how we're going to perform the functional tests. Another example might be, how many cycles of testing will there be? It's kind of dependent on the complexity of the application, if it's a new or existing implementation. But you want to know how many times are we going to go through these testing cycles so that you can start to determine costs and people and timelines. And then another example I have is, how will the performance testing be coordinated? Will there be performance testing? What kind of performance testing will occur? So those are sort of the how questions that would be captured within one or many test plans. So to recap, the test strategy document answers the what questions, and the test plan or plans answers the how questions. Well, that's it for this video of the System Tester. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to get some information on some upcoming videos that I'm going to produce. But more importantly, if you have any comments or questions that you want to share with me, feel free to do so at the bottom of this page. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.